You think you know Hawaii, pineapples mostly, and beaches of course, maybe a fellow in a bright shirt playing a small guitar. I thought I knew it too. But then you get there, and it's, well, different. There's a kind of power to the place. A raw energy that hums under your feet. It's the earth still making up its mind. And the sea, goodness, the sea is everywhere. It's not just a backdrop for a postcard, it's a main character in the story of these islands. The first thing that really hits you is this feeling of newness. Some parts of Hawaii look like they were made yesterday, which geologically speaking they pretty much were. This is where the fire part comes in. We're talking volcanoes, big ones. Some are still very much in the business of creating more Hawaii. It's a bit like watching a planet being born, only you can do it with a tropical drink in your hand. It's quite something to see rock that was molten just a short while ago. It makes your own lifespan feel very, very tiny. So Hawaii isn't just one thing, it's this amazing mix of fire and water, creation and erosion happening all at once. These two forces are always at work. They shape the land and the people who live here. You find yourself on an island, in the middle of a very large ocean. And you might wonder, as I did, how did this get here? It's not like it floated over from California. The answer, it turns out, is volcanoes. Lots of them. It seems the Earth has these things called hotspots. Think of them as blowtorches under the Earth's crust. This particular hotspot has been sitting in the middle of the Pacific for a very long time. It just keeps pumping out lava. The Earth's crust, the Pacific plate to be exact, moves over this hotspot. Slowly, of course, we're talking inches per year, but over millions of years that adds up. As the plate moves, the hotspot stays put. So, it creates one volcano, then the plate moves a bit, and it starts on another one. It's like a production line for islands. A very slow, very hot production line. The oldest Hawaiian islands are to the northwest. They're worn down now. The newer ones, like the Big Island, are still right over the heat. So, these volcanoes make islands. But what do these islands actually look like up close? Well, it's not all smooth and gentle, it's dramatic. The volcanoes leave behind some truly astonishing scenery. It's a bit like an artist has been at work. A very messy, very powerful artist who only works in molten rock and ash. But the results are undeniably impressive. You see things here you just don't see anywhere else. Or at least not with such a nice climate. Take craters for example. Halemaumau crater at Kilauea. It's huge, a vast pit in the earth. Sometimes it's full of lava bubbling away. Other times it's empty and steaming. You can stand on the edge and look down into it. And you think, wow, that's a big hole. You can almost feel the power that created it. It's a bit spooky, but also fascinating. Some older extinct craters are now filled with rainforests. Nature is quick to move in. Then there are the lava flows. These are rivers of black rock. They stretch for miles, frozen in time. You can see where the molten lava once oozed and crawled across the land. It's important to remember that these volcanoes aren't just museum pieces. They're not all ancient history. Some of them are very much alive and kicking. Kilauea on the Big Island is one of the world's most active volcanoes. It's been erupting on and off for decades. This means that the landscape is constantly changing. New lava flows can appear, the coastline can shift. It's a dynamic environment, to say the least. It keeps geologists very busy. The ancient Hawaiians had a name for the power of the volcanoes. They called her Pele. She is the goddess of volcanoes and fire. And when you see an eruption or even just the steam hissing from a vent, you can understand why. Such incredible power seems to demand a personality, a deity. Pele is said to be passionate, volatile, and creative. She destroys, but she also creates new land. It's a powerful story. And many people in Hawaii still have great respect for her. Living near an active volcano might seem a bit risky, and it can be. Section 5, the big blue wobbly thing meeting Hawaii's ocean. Right, enough about fire for a moment, let's talk about the water, the Pacific Ocean. When you're on a small island chain like Hawaii, the ocean isn't just a feature, it's everything. It surrounds you completely, you can't escape it. And it is big, I mean, properly, mind-bogglingly enormous. You look out from the shore and it just goes on forever. It makes you realize how isolated these islands truly are. Little specks of land in a vast expanse of blue. And this ocean, it has moods. It's not always the calm, turquoise swimming pool you see in travel adverts. Oh no, it can be wild. The waves that hit Hawaii are famous for a reason. They are born in storms thousands of miles away, across the empty stretches of the North Pacific in winter, or from the Southern Ocean. These storms send energy pulsing through the water. This energy travels as swell. And when this swell reaches the shallow shores of Hawaii, it rears up. It becomes a wave. The power in these waves is astonishing. You can feel the ground shake when a big set rolls in. The noise is incredible too, a deep roar that becomes part of the soundtrack of the islands. It's not just water, it's tons and tons of moving water. Section 6. Sliding on water, the curious case of surfing. Now, you or I, we see a giant wall of water rushing towards the shore, and our first instinct is probably to run away, or at least to observe it from a very safe distance. But some people, a special breed, see that same wall of water and think, I fancy sliding down that on a bit of board. This in essence is surfing, and Hawaii is its spiritual home. It seems a perfectly mad thing to do if you ask me, but millions disagree. Surfing, or hinalu as it's known in Hawaiian, isn't a new fad, it's ancient. It was practiced by Hawaiian royalty, the ali'i. It was more than just a sport, it was a part of their culture, a spiritual practice even. They had special chants for good waves, they made their own boards from trees like koa and willow-willy. Imagine that, no surf shops back then, just you, a tree, and a very big ocean. It shows a remarkable connection with the sea. Watching skilled surfers is quite something. They paddle out, which looks exhausting. They wait patiently. Then when the right wave comes, they turn, paddle like mad, and somehow, they're up. Section 7, Under the Waves, a quieter, colorful world. Alright, so the surface of the ocean can be a bit boisterous, especially if you're trying to balance on a small plank. But underneath those crashing waves and in the calmer bays, there's a whole different world. A quieter world. A surprisingly peaceful world, full of color and life. All you need is a mask and snorkel, and maybe some fins if you want to look like you know what you're doing, which I rarely do. The coral reefs around Hawaii are like underwater cities, built by tiny creatures called polyps. Over thousands of years they create these intricate structures, full of nooks and crannies, and these nooks and crannies become homes for all sorts of marine life. Brightly colored fish dart about, parrotfish munch on coral, which sounds noisy but apparently isn't. Angelfish, butterflyfish, tangs, it's like swimming in a very well-stocked aquarium, only it's much, much bigger, and you're in it. And it's not just small fish, you might encounter Hawaiian green sea turtles, or honu. They glide through the water with such elegance. They seem completely unbothered by clumsy snorkelers like myself. Section 8. Living between fire and sea, the Hawaiian way. When you live in a place defined by active volcanoes on one side and a mighty ocean on the other, it must shape how you see the world. It certainly seems to have shaped Hawaiian culture. There's a deep respect for nature here. A recognition of its power, both creative and destructive. It's not something to be conquered, but something to live in harmony with. Or at least to try your best to. Because nature always has the last word. You hear the phrase, malama aina, a lot. It means to care for the land. It's a fundamental concept in Hawaiian culture. The idea that humans are stewards of the land, not its owners. And that if you take care of the land and sea, they will take care of you. It makes perfect sense when your home is a small island and its resources are finite. And when that home can occasionally spew molten rock or be battered by giant waves, you learn to pay attention. Section 9. Go on, have a look why Hawaii stays in your head. So that's Hawaii, or at least a little glimpse of its fiery heart and watery soul. It's a place of quite astonishing contrasts. Gentle breezes and explosive eruptions, calm lagoons and monster waves. It's a lot to take in. It's certainly more than just another sunny holiday destination. Though it is very sunny, and the holidays are nice, but there's a depth to it, a sense of ancient power and ongoing creation that gets under your skin. What do you take away from a place like this? Well, a tan probably, and a few extra pounds from all the good food, but also a sense of wonder, a feeling of having seen something truly special, something that reminds you that the world is a very active, very amazing place. It makes you feel small. In a good way, it puts your own little worries into perspective. When you've stood on the edge of a caldera or watched a 40-foot wave crash, your overdue library book doesn't seem quite so urgent. I suppose what I'm trying to say is you should go.